Hey, what is up, everybody? I'm Will, and we are here with Zenless Zone Zero 2.2. Coming at you quite a bit later than I normally do, just because this update dropped pretty late. Although early, because, like, apparently it wasn't even supposed to be out until, like, another, 2 hours, allegedly. But yeah, we're here, we're in the new update, and I'm just gonna show off some stuff. Events. We got main story stuff. Ooh. Oh yeah, and the new character, Seed. Which, I think I'm gonna do that. Daily login. And then, it seems like this stuff is like the normal, usual stuff. We are actually gonna start off by doing the character demo, which we normally don't do. Just because I'm really excited for the 2 new characters, just to see how they play. Since the last 2, like, Alice was okay, but, like, both of them just felt very light in terms of, like, their combat. Felt, like, very, like, not really doing much. But these characters, both of them seem very unique, as you can see here. He's got a massive robot buddy that comes in and helps her, and she's on a little Segway. Like, look at that. That is so sick. Alright, so that was triangle, and then I did a charge square.
Eradication mode activated. Let's paint this place red with your firepower. Firepower at maximum.
Alright. Okay, press. Okay, wait.
Leave it to see. I'm in perfect shape.
Okay, I don't know why they had us do that as a separate move, because it was just basically still the same thing. So yeah, this one, when he jumps up and does the thunder slam, that's just the square hold. So the square hold, he comes in, the triangle, the big dude comes in. That's super cool. I kind of wish they'd do that with, like, teammates, you know? Where, like, they'd have that kind of integration. Kind of like, what's her name? The girl with the hammer and bear ears, when she swaps in with the bear, they have, like, a special combo move. I wish more people did that. Ooh, we got...
Need a shower? It's baby shower.
Okay. Like, they're giving away the feet for free. Like, that's crazy. And it's not like they don't know what they're doing. They literally center focuses her feet in the front. Like, come on, man. We all know this is a Gooner game, but you're really pushing it here. That's why I kind of hope some of the earlier characters, like Nekomata, gets reworked. Like, I totally think, out of all the early characters, I think most of the characters that are in the construction crew need to be reworked. Or Billy. Billy would be a really fun rework, like Ambi was reworked for, like, a second character.
Unleashing maximum firepower.
Yeah, she's got, like, these 2 little briefcase laser things flying around with her, but a lot of her moves requires calling in the big robot guy, which is pretty dope. I wasn't sure if that was just going to be the ult or something. Or if it was going to be, like I said, like, it was going to be a separate character dropping later, but they were going to team up. I definitely wish that they did more team up abilities when people are on the like the same team,
We are.
which they have been doing a little bit here and there, but I mean more of an intentional. Like Trigger will come out and help you when you're on the team. All right, and we are gonna do like the main story stuff. Yeah, I can't remember the other girl's name. I remember that girl's name was Seed. But other than that, which sucks because like the other girl we actually already met in the main story briefly. And in fact, I thought the general, like the general character that we met, the woman with the green hair, I thought she was gonna be like a playable character this round, and now it's looking like maybe she's not even a playable character at all. And it's like, god damn. Oh wait, let's check this ish out. I bought one off stream a bit ago. I don't know if I ever.
Studio. I hope you find my designs
Okay,
interesting.
I have 140. I already purchased. I purchased the first 2 rows. I'm not super interested in the cars. Honestly, I want more of these Bangboo statues. But it looks like every row is its own unique style. And it looks like we'll get probably one more of these. I think I'm going to save up for this one. Flying car, it's okay. I'm not a big fan of the Bangboo and the car both being like the same gray, but whatever.
Got something fun in mind? Let me know whenever.
But anyways, so yeah. Version 2.2, y'all. Yes, and we could also probably try to level up the shrine as well. Yeah, we haven't. It doesn't like the HDD feels like it's really fallen off, and we really haven't had to use it for anything much. And so much of it is now us actually physically going out and doing stuff. Before we get into the main story, let's actually talk to this guy. I think there's a mission, in fact, that we need to do. So we'll probably put that off. Formal community 1-1. Okay, it's completed. Okay. Because we ran it before, except apparently it was just like 2 or 3 short. And then this one. Own 10 A rank Bangboos. I don't know how we buy Bangboos in this scenario. Shop currently locked. Temple mission. But how? I thought all the missions and stuff came in here. Okay, I'll need to remember. We'll have to do that mission at some point then. Oh yeah, and this is like the third part. Like there was 0, there's 2.0, 2.1, now 2.2. This is the third part where we've been here.
Hey kids, I trust you've been well. The miasma shrouding Lemnian Hollow still hasn't cleared, and since Wi-Fi Peninsula is also
We
a
still
major
haven't gotten that
production
final
area for
temple
Civil
member.
War, I imagine the air quality there isn't so great.
The city's air isn't great, but the real concern is the miasma still spreading through Wi-Fi Peninsula. Do you have any plans to address it, Mr. Mayor?
A close attendant friend of mine once told me that, as a senior, it's more friendly to start with some pleasantries before diving into the main topic. But enough small talk. I'm calling about the continued threat of the miasma and the dangers still posed by the Exaltists. Miasma is a natural byproduct within the Hollows, a unique form of ether that causes more severe corruption effects than ordinary ether, producing even more powerful ethereals and sacrifices. That's nothing new to you two, Phaethon, but the miasma raging within Lemnian Hollow has far exceeded what natural seepage could produce.
It's all because of the Exaltists. They've been using miasma to research and create sacrifices. And now miasma is spreading rampantly within the Hollow.
That's right. From thwarting the Exaltists' plan to seize control of Wi-Fi Peninsula to dismantling Porcelumex, everything you've done has surely dealt a major blow to the Exaltists' influence in the region.
But the Exaltist actions are still harming the people of Wi-Fi Peninsula, and the miasma in Lemnian Hollow shows no sign of letting up.
Which brings me to the reason I'm troubling you both this time. The opportunity to root out that evil once and for all has finally arrived. Porcelumex's co-chief executive officer Ferox secretly allied with the Exaltists to carry out unlawful hollow experiments, seriously endangering the safety and interests of Wi-Fi Peninsula's citizens and businesses. I'll spare you all the official jargon, but in short, Porcelumex's influence and control over Wi-Fi Peninsula have been significantly restricted. But investigations and operations by the city government in Wi-Fi Peninsula are still being hindered because another major player has rolled in. A defense force unit, led by Major General Lorenz, has been deployed to Wi-Fi Peninsula over the past few days, imposing temporary military control to investigate Porcelumex and contain the Exaltist threat.
The Defense Force wasn't involved with the issues in Wi-Fi Peninsula before, so why'd they show up now?
Wi-Fi Peninsula is a key porcelain production area, after all, and has always been a highly contested prize amongst the city's various official powers. Besides protecting the city, everyone is eager to claim a bigger share of the wealth and influence it provides. Major General Lorenz is no easygoing man. Ruthless would be the mildest way to describe him when it comes to achieving his goals. According to my sources, he has a close personal relationship with Porcelumex's other co-chief executive officer, Lucro, and the two often work together. With Ferox's downfall, Lucro secured Lorenz's support by offering him a share of Wi-Fi Peninsula's interests. Having the backing of a Defense Force Major General would greatly benefit his dealings within TOPS.
Sounds like a power game between TOPS and the Defense Force. But where exactly is this opportunity to take out the Exaltist remnants?
According to the action plan the Defense Force submitted to the city, eradicate the Exaltists sits at the top of their agenda. That's also their most legitimate reason for deploying to Wi-Fi Peninsula. Of course, I don't believe Lorenz is only there to dutifully protect the city, but with Porcelumex and the Defense Force already muddying the waters, a heavy-handed move by the municipal government could turn the conflict into a turf war over interests. I won't pretend I'm above it all, but I do believe that protecting the citizens' safety is more important than short-term gains. That's why neither the city government nor Yunque's summit can act directly this time. But for you, Phaethon...
Yes, Phaethon, a legend among Proxies, an outlaw of the underground, the last disciple of a secret research institute, Mayor Mayflower's wondrous right hand, the one who saved the Void Hunter from the brink of collapse. It's my time to shine again, right?
To be honest, I won't need all those people helping me, but you're right. It's time for the protagonist to take the stage. I spotted the name Obel Squad on the Defense Force's unit roster. I've heard of their past exploits, and some of their members have had both professional and personal dealings with you. I believe they could be a trustworthy source of support. Their commanding officer this time is Miss Isolda, who worked with you during the investigation into the Exaltists and Porcelumex. I assume you're already well acquainted with her.
So, we'll be taking part in the operation against the Exaltists as proxies working with the Defense Force?
Exactly. But the title Proxy won't fly in the Defense Force's operational report. You'll be introduced as Special Holotech Advisors and the Mayor's Special Envoy for Military Operations during your visit with the Defense Force. Sorry, official organizations do love to make up long and difficult-to-remember titles, but sometimes those titles can come in handy. Though I have to say, the ones you came up with a moment ago did sound a lot cooler.
By the way, We came across a few scattered clues about our teacher in the last mission, but we still didn't make any real headway.
There's still no solid intel on Miss Carol Arna, but within the limits permitted by the Defense Force, you're still free to pursue her whereabouts as you see fit. I've already informed the Defense Force and Miss Isolde in advance. The specific plans and arrangements will be up to you two to discuss with Isolde and Obel Squad. Well, I have official duties to attend to, and you both have an important mission ahead, so let's keep it brief. Once again, I wish you the best of luck.
Okay. Yeah, I was gonna say, like, this is the third update, and it kind of feels like at the end of the first arc, it was kind of like, well, not even at the end, I'd say midway through when we went to the desert and we visited the first hollow, we were all like, okay, we're gonna try to go and get in there. And I'm like, oh, okay. And then the next update happened, and it was just like, okay, it's kind of connected. And then the next update, and then the next, and it's just like, and now it's been quite a while since, like, we've really been like, we need to get into this hollow to find our teacher and figure out what's going on. Obviously, the big finale of the last chapter was, like, a huge game changer for us, so it's like, okay, take some time off. We have glowy, weird eyes and stuff's happening, and now we're, like, learning these new arts that allow us to traverse the hollow, so it's like, okay, understandable side mission to, like, stop, like, kind of putting a pause on what our seemingly main mission is, which is to find our former teacher. But hopefully this is a sign of us getting back into that arc, because the Exaltists were, like, okay, but I was kind of putting off guard because, like, I thought it was kind of like a one-and-done thing in 2.0. And then when 2.1 came out, I'm like, the Exaltists, I'm like, oh, still, okay. I kind of thought it was, like, a small-ish cult that we took out. And then it just, like, kept going. I'm like, oh, all right, well, the Exaltists just kind of seem like the new bad guys that are going to last the entire season arc. So we'll see. Yeah, I kind of thought they would be, like, a bit shorter of a stay, and we'd, like, move on to, like, something else. But it seems like they're, like, the main bad guys throughout this season. Right. Yeah, I'm pretty sure we somewhat met all of Opal Squad already. Ooh. Yeah.
The Hollow hit City Center out of nowhere. Without support from the Obsidian Division, they won't hold for long.
I knew you couldn't count on Helios's warning systems.
Okay. There is also one more thing that I kind of need to say, is that obviously this world is very unstable because of the hollows popping up, so a lot of people have traumatic backstories. But the thing is that, like, it gets boring, you know, where it's just like, I wish, I don't know how to handle a character without really going into their backstory, but like, it's like every time it's some sort of tragedy backstory, where it's like, it makes sense for the world, and depending on like how it affects the character, it might affect them even to this day. But like, it's one of those things where like, if everyone's traumatized, then no one's traumatized kind of thing. You know, the whole, like, if everyone's main character special, then no one's main character special, because they're all just like, you know? So it's just like having all the characters being like somewhat trauma. It's kind of like takes away from the people, like takes away from some people that really define them, while others, it like doesn't define them as much, but rather their personality is built up against the trauma in which that otherwise would have defined them. But it's like, I hope, like we're going into the army, there probably, it was one of them 100% is gonna have like a traumatic backstory, which we've already had multiple soldier characters with a traumatic backstory. So it's just like, need to figure out a way around this. It's like, at this point, it's turning into soap opera writing, where everyone has a fucking evil twin brother and fell down the elevator shaft and is in a coma. Like, everyone does that. It's just like, we need a different way to explore these characters other than traumatic past, no? Even if their pasts are different, it's all rooted in trauma, and in some way, shape, or form is usually connected back to the Hollows. Anyway, let's get back into this.
We've seen worse, haven't we?
Or shitty parents. That's also another one that's the universal trauma.
The track we're guarding this time is a key route for evacuating civilians and transporting aid.
They're all dead.
This is our last line of defense. The civilians are right behind us. We must hold the line.
Magus, you're late today?
You never miss Captain's pep talk.
Let me guess. You were off doing last-minute gear checks for us. Still, they've got a point. Tardiness is unacceptable, soldier.
Obsidian Division. Agamemnon Squad assembled.
Obsidian Division, Agamemnon Squad, requesting backup. Obsidian Division, Agamemnon Squad, requesting backup.
What? A soldier losing all of their allies? No way.
Fall back, Orpheus.
Fall back. No, we have to kill it, whatever it takes.
Get back! I'm from Yunkoi Summit. We'll hold the line from here. You can fall back.
Oh, whoa, she had a sword?
Everyone, we can still save them. And the civilians, they're right behind us. We can't back down. We cannot fall back.
So, is this the end? Revenge. Against what? The Hollow? Against everything. I've already lost everything.
One of those.
Captain Magus? Nagus, were you dreaming again?
Intelligent constructs don't dream. It was just leftover cache fragments tucked away deep in my memory module.
So, were you dreaming about the past again?
It's a good thing you gave up your studies at the meta school to enlist, Orphe.
What can I say? My brain can be a bit slow at times. Anyway, Magus, you talk in your sleep all the time.
I don't sleep. It's a self-diagnostic mode. And I've told you before, use my proper title while on duty, and stop eavesdropping on me.
Yes, Captain Magus! I swear, I'll never listen to you sleep talking again. But given how you're always right behind me, it's kinda hard not to overhear.
It's not sleep talking. It's echoes of residual signals from the vocal module during self-diagnostic mode.
Yes, Captain Magus. I swear I'll never eavesdrop on your, whatever that was during self-diagnostic mode again.
Still, it's strange. I actually overslept today. I mean, my self-diagnostic ran longer than expected. It feels like some kind of bad omen.
Are intelligent constructs superstitious too?
Well, I am just like you. An idiot who dropped out of school to join the military. Superstition is the only knowledge I've got that I can actually rely on.
The more I learn about this character, the more confused I get. You're her tail. What? What do you mean you dropped out of school? Does that mean you were a human sentience beforehand? And if you were human sentience, then how come you're her tail and not just, like, Billy? And also, like, for the millionth time, something tragic, like, in the flashback that just happened, something tragic happened to me, so I need to destroy everything now, because everything's unfair. It's like, ugh. Don't do one of those. Not that I have anything against the base premise of it. It's just that I've seen that way too many times where that's literally the beginning and ending of the character. Where it's like, it's nothing more. They don't like layer in like complicated, interesting character parts of it. It's like, nope, I had trauma happen, so now I need to destroy everything. That's it. And it's just like, ugh. It's literally a single sentence bad guy where it's like, that's so boring. So I hope if that is the direction we're going in, they make the character more layered than, I lost my teammate, so now everyone should just die and everything should get wiped out, I guess. Like, please be more interesting than that. I hope so, since it was from the perspective of the tail. Which, although this is an interesting dynamic, I can honestly say I've never seen anyone with a robot sentient tail. Or just a sentient tail in general. So this should be an interesting dynamic. At least they're connected. So this is exciting. This is new storytelling dynamic that I have not seen. So hopefully it's something interesting and they don't just do something basic.
Enough breakfast chit-chat. Time to get ready for this morning's operational briefing, Orphe.
Yeah.
Yes, Captain Magus.
And obviously Orphe is going to be the other new character that is also going to be available, which I'm excited to find out what's up with her. And it's a captain, too, that's in the tail. Captain Magus. Which, yeah, I assume that was her dreams, that, like, she was, like, a soldier, they were defending people, she ended up in a wheelchair and probably dying ultimately. Oh, yeah, and there's Big Chungus Robot over there. Although C doesn't really... Does she have yellow on her uniform? Because Trigger and Soldier 11 does, and so does the big robot. But does Speed, because she's seemingly part of the unit. I don't know why she's so obstinate against that. Like, she was clearly human at one point, who, like, transcended into a robot. Again, why a tail? That's a question that's gonna be, like... I hope it's not just arbitrary of, oh, you were dying, so this was the only way to save you. But it'd be interesting if there was more intention behind it. Let's see. Alright, I don't see her around anywhere. Oh, she's wearing platform heels. Or wedges? I don't know shoes, alright? Shocker. Man knows nothing about shoes. Oh, wait, actually, hold on. Oh, pause menus. That's also something I should try to check more, is when there's, like, unique pause menus. Why her? Like, from that little conversation that they just had, it seems like she's still relatively new. So how did you get this tail situation, even though you're pretty new? And also, like, she's elf, but also has horns and a tail, but the horns and tail are both synthetic, so it's like... What's going on there with that? Signal. He felt really good to use, so I think we are going to do a 2 10 drops, and then... anything to... Alright, we need one more for this. Oh wait, no. Let's do double pull. See how it goes. Or triple pull, I guess? Yeah, she felt really good. She felt really fun and good. Alright, we're just gonna do one. We're gonna do 110 pull. It feels like it's always those two. Ambi and Lucy seem to be like the most... Ambi, Lucy, Type, and one more other person. Feels like some of the most common A's that will always be there, which is super annoying because, as you can see with Lucy, we get them and then we're like, okay, now what? We just keep pulling them for forever. Wait, why is she wasn't even one of the characters. It was Nicole and Ambi. So we pulled a character we've already had a full constellation for, or full setup for, who's not even on the banner. Again, why you do this to me, game? Okay, let's see. So is this like a robot suit, or is this like a robot, like person, like sentient robot? Oh, I wonder how Seed and what's her face from the construction crew, who's like a total nut job when it comes to robotics. I wonder how those will interact fun. I think she might find her husbando material when she meets Seed Robot. Alright, her, yeah. I don't know. It's like she's got the design where she could definitely be a main character, but I don't... Unless there's like a heel turn and she's like, actually the bad guy. We'll see.
Good morning, everyone. Today's briefing is to discuss the tactical details for the raid on the Exaltus stronghold. Thanks to previous infiltration ops and documents from Porcelumex, we've gathered intel on several key Exaltus communication hubs within the Hollow. However, we still need more detailed intel on the exact location of their headquarters and the distribution of their personnel. Therefore, before the main force advances into the Hollow to launch a full sweep, we will deploy several elite squads to their comms outposts within the Hollow for recon. The first shot of this battle will be fired by Obel. The results you achieve will be critical to the success of the operations that follow.
Leave it to me, Isolde.
Captain Magus, remember to use proper ranks during operations?
Yes, ma'am. After all these years, it's not like you don't know my bad habits.
Magus? Captain, you were the one lecturing me about that just this morning.
After all this time, we finally get to fight side by side again, Isolde. Colonel.
Ma'am, I heard for this operation, a special envoy from the city government will be assisting Obel Squad. Is that confirmed?
Yeah, Trigger was just telling me we've got a super capable and trustworthy friend coming to work with us.
Trigger is right. There will indeed be a guest from the city government joining us as a technical advisor to assist Obel Squad in the operation. Per the agreed arrangements, our guest will meet you all inside the Hollow.
Alright. So far starting off strong. It seems like this might be the final act for the Exaltists. Although, to be fair, it's like...
The Exaltists have long plagued Wi-Fi Peninsula. Obsidian Division's mission is simple. eliminate the source of this chaos once and for all. Their repeated failures have cost them dearly. Our task now is to eliminate the remaining stragglers and strike directly at their headquarters. We have obtained intel on multiple enemy strongholds. You will be deployed as scouts. Your objective is to investigate and pinpoint the enemy's main base. Blitz Squad will handle the frontal assault. You will also rendezvous with the technical advisor dispatched by the mayor and assist them in securing the key data. Aegis Squad, you will strike the enemy from the air, providing firepower and intel support for all units on the ground. Operation codename Blitz and Aegis. Oval Squad, gear up and get ready!
Alright.
Oval Squad reporting in. We are at the target hub.
Ooh, yay. Okay, we get to play as her right off rip. Yeah, I did not watch the gameplay of these characters, so I have no idea how they actually play. So this is exciting. Okay. Using a lot of like slashes and like her tail whipping with a flamethrower. Oh my god, Bernice is gonna love her. That girl is a pyromaniac, and meeting someone that has like a tail that shoots fire.
Must be someone pretty important if they've got Oval Squad handling the pickup.
They're very powerful, but also a very nice person.
Okay, most of the attacking is the actual tail.
Stay focused on the battle. Envoy and aircraft team are inside the building up ahead.
By the way, why are we meeting inside the hollow?
Captain Magus is all about action. She prefers getting to know our partners in live combat scenarios rather than...
Ooh, okay, that was our dodge when she wasn't on us. She comes in and does an additional attack.
At least, that's what Colonel Isolde said.
Actually, no, what is causing her to come in? It's not dodging, it's something else. I think it's completing a combo.
Really? I just hope the captain doesn't end up chewing out the envoy later.
Alright. Interesting. So... Opal, I think, is the healer, and Magus is, like, the tail that's, like, doing a lot of the combat. I wonder if they're actually, like, together. Like, if that's her actual tail, or if it's more of, like, oh no, the tail is part of, like, an exoskeleton kind of situation that she can take off. Yeah, it kind of seems like the tail is doing all the attacking and a lot of the defensive stuff. Well, the girl is just kind of there. And they did already say, like, the girl was, like, medical? What they say, it was medical or something related? Go.
We've successfully rendezvoused with the target. Now, let me take a look at Colonel Isolde's intel report. Captain Magus, this is the Special Hollow Technology Consultant, the Mayor's Special Envoy for Military Operations, as well as the...
Wait, didn't Isolde say there was only one target? How many people are we talking about here?
Hey everyone, forget the titles. Why don't you all just call me Proxy?
So this is the amazing Mr. Phaethon that Trigger and Soldier 11 were talking about.
Why does everyone
Turns
tell
out
everyone
you're
about it?
actually pretty down to earth.
I know who you are. You must be the infamous Phaethon they mentioned, right?
We are supposed to be a criminal in this world. That is supposed to be a highly illegal activity that we were doing. That's why we were doing it in secret. And now everyone just knows. Like, at some point, someone's got to be like, yeah, no, we need to arrest him. And honestly, I wouldn't fault them for that because, yeah, we're breaking the law. Do I want them to get arrested? No. But should that be a point that should be brought up by someone, especially in the government? Probably.
Trigger was definitely talking about the renowned Mr. Phaethon.
Usually, only heroic characters are described as renowned. For villains, it would be...
If the other side is a villain, then working with them means we're on the side of villains too.
To be honest, I'm still a little uneasy about having a proxy join up with Obel Squad. I'm an old-timer who plays by the rules. No dramatic backstory, no need for wild
Oh, that's a
adventures
lie.
like the younger ones. So I've rarely had dealings with anyone outside the military. Especially someone from, well, the underworld, like you.
A hero working from the dark side, protecting the city in secret. I have to admit, that sounds pretty cool.
Sure, I've heard stories of your accomplishments, but don't mistake that for me seeing you as a hero. Everyone walking the city has their own purpose, especially someone with a complicated background like you. But I hope your goals won't interfere with Obel's mission, or violate the Defense Force's principles. Otherwise...
If what you call your principles are genuinely just, and your aim is to protect others, then I'd say we're on the same side.
I hope so.
Okay, I feel like Opal's just kind of standing there for a lot of this. I feel a little bad for her.
Whether I'm a villain or a hero, let's keep our focus on the mission. After all, we're still deep inside the Hollow, surrounded by Exaltists.
Regardless of your position, if you get things done, that's not bad in my book.
Next, I'll briefly outline the mission objectives and explain the role that Phaethon will play in this operation. As an expert Hollow guide, or a proxy, Phaethon will use the current map intel and Hollow data to chart the most efficient route for us, Obel Squad. At the same time, we'll provide cover for Phaethon as the proxy collects Hollow data and monitors the changes and activity of the miasma.
We've got plenty of trained scouts in the military. Can a proxy with no combat experience really handle such an operation?
Captain Magus, according to the intel report and squad member accounts, the proxy has combat experience working alongside Trigger and Soldier 11. Sharper, more precise, and more perceptive than any scout. That's how Soldier 11 described the proxy. I don't think we've ever seen anyone who's earned the approval of both Trigger and Soldier 11 outside of our own squad members.
If no other squad members or Isolde have any objections. That wraps up the mission briefing. Don't fall behind, Proxy.
Is it my turn to fight? There are more enemies than we expected.
Agent Squad, report your status!
Oh, nice. So you can chain her, like, charged triangle move with a, pulling in your allies.
Still no response. The enemy reinforcements just keep coming.
I feel like we're able to take out enemies faster than this story's able to play out.
Agent Squad, do you copy?
Enemy reinforcements spotted to the northwest.
Agent Squad.
Speed and the others should be okay. Right?
The fastest way to restore comms is to disable the nearby jamming device.
Ignite!
Alright, that last part was a little sloppy. But we made it.
We're circling right above the enemy, Captain.
Searching for the mission target.
Okay, yeah, I'm not really seeing how she's, like, getting in and out of the robot, or if the robot's... Well, like, what is it? Like, I can't tell. It's like she's just suddenly a robot or suddenly not a robot. Like, is this how she perceives herself? But she's actually a giant robot? Or what is it?
Aegis Squad has reached the LZ. Rit Squad, do you copy? Comms seem to be jammed. Is Seed Senior's comm system still working?
No, the speakers.
Nope, she's riding on the back of it, so it's like definitely a separate.
Let's clear the nearby enemies first, then regroup with the captain ASAP. I wonder if the proxy, the envoy and the captain have met up safely.
Yeah, these guys. Oh no, men in suits. What will we do?
Copy. Adjusting for wind. That was easy.
I wish her range shots were stronger. Like, she's a sniper. She should be able to do powerful shots, regardless of how far away they are on the field. There we go. Ooh, that's a good comboing. Right.
The area's all clear now. All those annoying pests. Good riddance.
Segway!
I'm in Blitz Squad. Do you copy?
Seems that annoying signal interference is still floating around in the air.
Agent squad, come in.
Agents reporting in. We read loud and clear, Captain.
We just shut down the enemy's jamming equipment.
Agent squad, are there any ether transmission tunnels inside the control room?
Come on. These guys are kind of crazy at how durable they are.
Definitely not my type. Going a little harder, Boulder.
Press the advantage. Recalibrating.
I wonder if the voice actress for the Seed character is... I can't remember her name. She's like a fairly well-known anime actress. She's in like a lot of anime. Or if she's just a sound-alike. Because sometimes I hear characters in here where it's like, oh, you sound a lot like this other, like, anime voice actor, but completely separate person.
Remote support. In position.
By the way, I don't think I mentioned, I love that her sniper rifle has, like, a blade on the bottom half of it. Really cool.
The ether transmission system has been shut down.
Great. That cuts off the supply of miasma.
Dang it, there's always a third guy that's, like, out of the range.
Yes, Captain Magus.
Blitz squad has finished clearing out the remaining enemies.
Those things look like coffins. They're kind of creepy.
What's a coffin?
It's a thing where people are laid to rest.
Laid to rest? Oh, you mean like Seed Senior?
Okay, this is the confusing thing about
The signal's
what
down.
is she? Is Seed an AI? These again, like I've mentioned this multiple times, but Barry has taken a massive backseat in this whole story arc. Which is, I thought that was going to be like the main story thrill line, but it's weird. That's also why I was kind of like not super jazzed about us doing this whole side mission and not going into Hollow Zero, because it felt like Barry and Hollow Zero, even though Hollow Zero kind of showed up in the later half, those two things kind of felt like the main what's pushing it forward. But then in season 2, it just kind of felt like, okay, now we're doing this. And it's like, but that other stuff wasn't wrapped up. So I don't know what's going on here. Maybe the first half of season 2 will be like kind of establishing some new stuff, and then the second half will be wrapping in season 1 stuff into season 2. I'd be down for that. Just because this game is still so new, we don't really know how they're going to be handling it. Because, unfortunately, Genshin has been massively fumbling for, like, a year straight. And it's like, I hope Zenless Zone Zero just doesn't get to that level of fumble. Ooh, yay! Bangboo. I love that this is part of the main story now. Like, doing these little mini missions with the Bangboos. It's like, yes! These were awesome. Which I did go to the scout station, and I did try some of the stuff there.
Now analyzing.
And it does seem like the old way we traversed is how they're still doing it in the scout station.
These devices are interconnected, probably forming part of a larger equipment array. By cracking part of the data, we can locate the other devices.
Looks like Proxy's quite the skilled hacker.
You're amazing, Proxy.
Alright, chill.
You're not secretly hacking into my brain while I'm asleep, are you?
Hey, come on. I'm a professional. I have standards.
Communication structure analysis, 50% complete.
Okay, they all automatically come to me. Okay, I wasn't sure if I had to, like, go back and recollect, which would be annoying. There are no side paths anywhere. Pretty straightforward. Alright, that was easy. Literally just walk down a path.
Those are ether reactors made by Porsalumex, to be honest.
What? I thought those things also healed as well. Which we don't really need healing, but still.
This is the only route Blitz Squad can take.
Oh, he comes back to this building.
The mission went without a hitch. Great work, everyone.
And thanks to the envoy for all his hard work, too.
You all carried the operation. I was just doing my duty.
Dogs in space. Okay, please let us actually. Okay, it is a separate body. Because, yeah, I was thinking maybe it could be one of those things
After
where.
I get back, yeah, I think I'm gonna take a nap in the cockpit.
Yeah, because for a second, since we couldn't really see the transfer between the two, I was thinking, oh, is this maybe like in Seed's mind? This is how they see themselves or something? But no, they're two separate peoples.
Seed, you've met them before.
Oh, it's you, Proxy.
Briefly.
You're Seed, right? It's been a while. We met briefly during the Porsalumex inspection.
I remember. Oh, Seed Senior says he remembers too. Shh, he's asleep right now, so he can't talk to you himself. But according to Seed Senior, you're someone who can be trusted. Someone worth trusting. Well, to be honest, it was Trigger and Soldier 11 who told Seed Senior first. And then Seed Senior told me.
That's also another thing that is weird in this game, where it's just like trustworthiness kind of stuff, where it's just like people will either automatically trust you just because, or they'll be like, oh, I have good reason to trust you wholeheartedly and with everything. And then that's it. It's like, oh, okay, well. It's a little weird how fast you make friends in this game, where it's like, okay. Actually, like, do we have a character that kind of doesn't like us? Like, who's a main character, who's like a playable character, they'll always come to help us, but they're kind of like, not a Vegeta situation, but like, you know, Vegeta-esque, where it's like, they're kind of a dick, but they'll still be there if you need them to be there to help save the city. Is there a character like that? Because I don't think so. I think all of them kind of all have like the same generic, yeah, we're friends with the main character kind of thing. So it's like, we need to get more diversity in terms of like our friendships and relationships with the other characters, instead of them just being, you're super trustworthy, so we're friends. Like, okay.
Seed Senior. Is that the name of your mech?
He's not a mech. Seed Senior is an intelligent construct, totally different from exoskeleton-based vehicles like mechs. You carry the same scent as me, Proxy. You must be quite knowledgeable in this field. Did you attend classes properly back in school, Proxy?
Strictly speaking, I never really went to a typical school.
Sounds like a lie.
You two have quite a unique way of talking.
The Defense Force, or rather, Obel Squad's comms channel, also seems to be tuned to a pretty unusual frequency.
Birds of a feather flock together, as they say.
The Proxy wasn't complimenting us, Soldier 11. You dummy.
Being able to tune into both Seeds and Soldier 11's wavelength at the same time, I have to say, you really are something special.
Wavelength? Are Seed and Soldier 11 intelligent constructs too?
Still, winning over these girls might be easy, but as their commanding officer, I have to assess you with the utmost caution. All right, everyone, that's enough chit-chat. Let's not forget, we're still in the middle of a battlefield here. Although we've tracked down the Exaltists' communication outpost, it seems all that's left are supplies they didn't have time to evacuate with. We came up empty on both the location of the Exaltists' main base and the research data you were looking for, Proxy.
The most efficient way to move such a large amount of supplies in a short time would be through spatial fissures. The Exaltists have been operating in Lemnian Hollow for a long time. They must have access to fissure coordinates unknown to the Defense Force. But no one knows the labyrinths of hollows better than Phaethon.
Phaethon's scales are like magic. Sounds way more impressive than a carrot.
Sounds pretty mysterious. Anyway, you're confident you can catch up with them, right?
I got this.
Oh, cutscene.
Inside those devices, those are all sacrifices?
Fate, confirm the number of enemies.
Locking onto hostile targets. There's 8 in total. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. 0. Now we're all clear.
Obel Squad. All enemies eliminated.
That felt like a trailer for those characters.
The rambling old man is a little seed's trophy.
The final sacrifice is about to begin.
Yeah, I always say that.
How can swirling dust compete with a blazing fire?
Do all the Exaltists talk like this? It's really hard to understand.
Seed, make him shut up.
Foolish unbelievers!
Hey, Seed Senior, you've got to be careful with how you treat prisoners.
They've done more than enough harm. Being gentle isn't exactly a priority.
What sets these Exaltists apart from typical villains is their fanatical devotion to the Creator, which often drives them to act unpredictably. Even if they act in the shadows without rhyme or reason, the miasma remains essential to them. If we follow that trail, it could very well be the weakness that brings them down.
These so-called fanatics are nothing more than villains who treat ether as a deadly poison corrupting New Eridu, aiding and abetting its destruction. Let's see if they stay so devoted when confronted with 50 caliber high explosive rounds and military-grade high-energy lasers!
Calm down, Captain Magus. As vile as the Exaltists are, not every member is guilty. Many innocent civilians were deceived into joining. In other words, not every Exaltist member deserves to be met with 50 caliber high explosive rounds and military-grade high-energy lasers.
Okay.
We've hardly caught anyone yet, and you're already defending them? I know how to throw around grand quotes too. Like no snowflake in an avalanche ever feels responsible. You're awfully sympathetic towards these scumbags. Perhaps because you're one of them.
Enough! Captain Magus, I'm pretty sure your remarks have already exceeded the boundaries set by Commander Isolde's temporary protocol for addressing Phaethon, specifically the section designated for Magus.
Huh? How come no one told me about it?
Don't speak harshly to your squad mates, and don't say anything that kills morale. That's what you taught us, Captain Magus.
I don't consider them a comrade. At least not yet.
Whether we're allies who can rely on each other or simply partners with our own suspicions, let's stick to our duties, Captain Magus.
Wouldn't have it any other way, Phaethon.
There's a critical piece of intel that needs immediate attention. What just emerged from the Obscura is a bioweapon created by the Exaltists, known as a sacrifice. These Obscura and the factories that produce them are scattered throughout Lemnian Hollow.
No, not just Lemnian Hollow. According to the data from Porcelumex and the intel Commander Isolde has gathered, there are a large number of Obscura placed throughout Yphae Peninsula. Over 300 of them.
Over 300? Not even the entire Obsidian Division could deal with that many monsters.
The entire Obsidian Division would just end up as monster food.
We have to get this information to Command immediately. The Exaltists' actions may be far more dangerous than we had anticipated.
No, that's not right. Although I did come across Obscura shards tainted with sacrifice energy, there's still no solid evidence to confirm that all Obscura have sacrifices in them. The Obscura devices I saw in Phylum Heights didn't all carry traces of sacrifice energy either. More importantly, creating a creature as powerful as the sacrifices would require an unimaginable amount of ether. There's no way the Exaltists have access to such an immense supply of ether and miasma.
Or they would have destroyed New Eridu long ago.
Phew. Good thing the bad guys we're dealing with this time aren't that powerful. Yet.
Hey, did you two completely forget that courage is a soldier's greatest virtue?
Captain, didn't you say that kind of talk is just something generals say to sound impressive?
The Proxy has a point, but there's definitely something suspicious about the Obscura and Wi-Fi Peninsula. We need to organize thorough inspections and patrols as soon as possible. Obsidian Division has already mobilized outside Lemnian Hollow. Those Exaltist rats will soon meet their end.
A fanatic's last stand is often the most ferocious. Everyone, stay sharp and proceed with caution.
After spending over a decade in the military, I understand that all too well.
What Captain Magus meant to say was, thanks for the heads up, Proxy.
That's not what I meant!
Oh wow, she's got a fit on. Oh, and she's got similar eyes too, green with the red centers. I wish we... And I really hope we get to learn more about Seed and Magus. I know we literally just started, though, so we have time.
All in all, the scouting mission was a success. Obel Squad took no casualties. Against our firepower, those Exaltist lunatics didn't stand a chance. It's honestly baffling how HSO and public security got completely outplayed by the Exaltists. Their actions are chaotic and lack any strategy. Though credit goes to Commander Isolde's flawless planning.
The Proxy was amazing too. Just like Trigger and Soldier 11 said. And just like all those rumors on Internet.
Huh? Orphe, since when have you been visiting sketchy sites like Internet behind my back?
Calm down, Captain Magus. What you've dealt with so far are just the Exaltist scattered remnants.
I know. We already have the hollow coordinates for the Exaltist base. I'm not worried about a head-on clash. What worries me are those Obscura and the sacrifice creatures.
Leave the search for the Obscura to me and the city forces. You focus on the mission inside the Hollow. You can't just grasp at weeds. You have to dig out the roots. All this might just be a diversion by the Exaltists. By the way, Proxy, I heard your performance in the Hollow was top-notch as always. How's working with Obel? Has Captain Magus been giving you any trouble?
I'll have to think about that. I do remember Captain Magus saying that Phaethon is a villain who should be dealt with using 50 caliber high explosive rounds and military-grade high-energy lasers.
Don't go taking things out of context to make me look like the bad guy. I'm a straight shooter.
Got it. Looks like the temporary protocol for addressing Phaethon doesn't really hold much sway over Captain Magus.
It's all because I wasn't decisive enough. Please don't punish Captain Magus.
She's not the most soft-spoken, but Captain Magus and the squad have been doing their best to support me, and her military-grade high-energy laser is definitely reassuring.
All right. Without the Proxy support, our operation wouldn't have gone this smoothly.
Whew. I guess this is the part where old grudges melt away and everyone makes nice.
But if you're that talented, why settle for the dishonorable role of a proxy? Why not join the military, earn a proper rank, and truly protect New Eridu?
What's so dishonorable about it? The work we do in the shadows brings us closer to the light than many of those who stand in it.
You're being a little harsh today, Captain.
Proxy. How many unqualified civilians have you led straight into danger within the Hollows? And how many shady Hollow Raiders have you guided to dirty money?
You're right, Captain Magus. The underworld does have its dark side, but a lot of people are forced into it. They have to avoid the light and just try to survive in the shadows. And this grand, respectable world you speak of, is it really filled with nothing but righteous heroes? Is your defense force really so perfect? Every single person?
You...
Ooh, okay, we're getting a little pushback. All right.
Kids, enough bickering. The only villain here is the grumpy old Isolde. You're all brave, shining heroes, okay?
This is what I've been looking for, a little pushback and some like
Captain got
friendship
shut down
dynamics.
by
Hell yeah.
Commander Isolde again.
Even the Proxy's been lumped in with the kids. Looks like we're all in the same class now.
This concludes the briefing. Proxy, Major General Lorenz has expressed interest in meeting you. Would you mind coming with me later?
The Major General wants to see me?
We met them?
That can't be good.
Relax. I'll be with you.
Alright, well, I guess. I don't think we've met them before, have we?
Sir, your guests have arrived.
Colonel
Aw.
Isolde, I heard that, Obel Squad has already obtained the coordinates of the Exaltist headquarters.
Okay, like, come on. He's totally giving off bad guy vibes, right? Plus, he's pretty plain looking, so... I'm gonna say he's probably gonna do a heel turn, maybe? Especially since we literally just had the conversation that, like, not everyone in the military group is, like, on the up and up. But yeah, like, come on, look at that. That is such a, like, a sus facial expression to be introduced on. And also majorly disappointing that the head of all of these very unique-looking characters is just such a plain office dude. Right, we shall see. But yeah, running theory, betrayal.
That's correct, sir. The recon operation was a success. However, we also discovered something unexpected. There are numerous ether reactors installed around Wi-Fi Peninsula, known as Obscura, which may pose a significant threat.
You can handle the specifics with your squad. You know I've always counted on you. Just make sure I get results.
Yes, sir.
Among all the mediocrity in the Obsidian division, Isolde, you're the one who truly stands out. I'm really glad I found you back then. Someone like you shouldn't be stuck on the front lines. I'm pragmatic, but I always make sure my subordinates are treated fairly. This is a big opportunity, but I went to great lengths to get troops into Wi-Fi Peninsula. So this mission is one we cannot afford to fail.
Yes, sir.
Ah, I seem to have forgotten about our guest. Isolde, the person beside you.
This is the officially appointed Hollow Technical Advisor and the Mayor's Special Envoy for Military Operation, Wise.
Welcome to Wi-Fi Peninsula, Ambassador Wise.
I've been in Wi-Fi Peninsula for a while now. Honestly, it's more appropriate for me and Swabian Temple to be the ones welcoming the Defense Force.
Swabian Temple? Yunque Summit. Pardon my memory, I nearly forgot how our guest works directly under Mayor Mayflower. Mind filling me in, Colonel Isolde? Why is one of the mayor's personal agents, an infamous Proxy, getting involved in Defense Force business?
Wise was appointed by the city as a technical advisor and envoy for Mayor Mayflower, sir. He's here to assist and oversee the Defense Force's operation.
Assist, huh? If the High Preceptor of Yunque Summit had shown up in person, perhaps I'd consider that worthy. And as for the supervision, since when does Mayflower get a say in when Obsidian Division pulls the trigger?
Sir, Wise is only here to assist Obel Squad. This has nothing to do with the main force's operations or command. All part of the agreement to keep the City Council from meddling with our military affairs in Waifei Peninsula. Which, I imagine, suits you just fine?
Of course. Your arrangements are always right on point, Colonel. This whole operation is running smoothly, thanks to you. Well then, since you're the Hollow experts and personally by the mayor, it's only right that I give you a proper welcome. Unfortunately, military secrecy is of utmost importance, so I'm afraid I can't escort Wise to the more refined venues in the city for a proper celebration, at least for now. Colonel Isolde? Until this operation is over, all of Wise's external communications and movements beyond Phylum Heights must be temporarily restricted.
That's a very unique way to treat a guest.
Major General, the mayor and Yunque Summit might not be too happy about that.
That's an order, Colonel.
Yes, sir.
Oh, come on, man.
The people from Porcelumix are still waiting for me in Phylum Heights. Something about a banquet to welcome the Defense Force to Waifei Peninsula. Typical corporate parasites. Always know how to adapt and survive. I'm afraid I won't be able to personally entertain our guest, Isolde.
Let's go, Mr. Ambassador.
Okay, he seems to not be on Porcelumic's side, seemingly. At least there's that. So maybe he's just a military, the whole might makes right kind of military guy, where it's just like, we don't need government, we just need the military kind of guy. And not oh, I'm actually a bad guy working behind the scenes kind of guy. So maybe he isn't a double turn, maybe he's just an outright dickhead. Actually, I don't even know how that would work. We're supposed to be the envoy to the mayor, which means we should, at the very least, be able to contact the mayor. Alright, another step done. Okay, weird. Enter not. Wi-Fi. Every time I see that, I just think it's like Wi-Fi misspelled, or someone trying to pronounce waifu. God damn it. The internet has screwed me. Alright, agents. Oh, yeah.
Let me finish. Good day. Did you
Yeah,
cook?
frickin' Lucy.
To what do I owe the pleasure?
I so wish that they would fix the system so it's like, if you have the person all leveled up in duplicates, you no longer can pull them. Just like flat out. That way, I think they'd make more A characters, aka more easier to get characters. That way they always have to keep up with people pulling a lot and getting these fully unlocked, rather than getting useless duplicates that do nothing.
Standing by.
Oh, this is the final one. Then we have our full send. Full send. Nice.
Ready for combat.
All right, and then I believe we have new name card unlocked. Damn. Wait, did we get her? No, that's her base card. I was gonna say there's. Wait, no, that's full colored. Wait, what? I do not remember us fully unlocking her. We like just got her. Crazy. Got so many backgrounds. Nothing. Alright. Well, unfortunately, guys, I think we're gonna end it here since this started super late. Like, I thought it was gonna start like 3 or 4 hours ago, because that's normally when the update happens, or like when it gets unlocked. But I don't know. I think since 2.0 started, I think they started pushing it later and later. So yeah, that's unfortunately going to be it for today. Next week, we are going to do 2 days in a row of Zenless Zone Zero, possibly 3 days in a row. So we're going to have a lot more coming up next week. The next 2 days is going to be Dragon's Crown, continuing on with that. And then, of course, this weekend we'll be getting back into Spider-Man, which we are getting into some of the good stuff in the main story. It's all been good so far, but like really, really interesting shit happening in there. But yeah, that is unfortunately it for today, guys. The end of day 1,828 of streaming in a row. A little bit of a baby stream today, just because this ended up updating so much later than I thought it was going to. Yeah, that's it for today. Like I said, Dragon Crown will be the next 2 days, and then next Monday and Tuesday for sure, 100%. Zenless Zone Zero, we're gonna keep going on with this. Possibly Wednesday as well, since I think we're going to take a whole extra other week off from Genshin, since that has kind of been a giant flub. And honestly, they did a live stream for the next Genshin update, and even that, a lot of people were all like, no. And it's just like, good lord. They just keep making more and more decisions that keep driving Genshin down even further. I don't know why. It's so weird. Like, the last year of their roadmap, and seemingly what the next year is going to be as well. It's like, how do you mess this up so badly? But we'll see. Hopefully, people are just exaggerating and it's good. I mean, the current area we're in is okay. I'd say it had its major ups and downs, but I'd say probably because the French-based area in the water, that place was peak. That's probably one of the best places we've ever went to. And I think it's because like they hit their peak there, that whatever followed it would always be disappointing. So we'll see what the next place brings. Hopefully it will be better than the last year in many ways. But yeah, that is it for today, guys. And yeah, no Genshin next week, but probably the week after that. I need to look into when the update's happening for that. Yeah, we're going to be mainly focusing on Zenless Zone Zero for the next week. That's it for today. Like always, links down below for the usual Blue Sky, Twitter, and links over to my YouTube channel where all my previous streams are uploaded and archived over there. And that's it for today. More Dragon's Crown tomorrow. If not, see you guys on Monday with some more Zenless Zone Zero.